Sciatic nerve pain switch sides. Now, well, it can. And before we get into the hows and whys of how this happens, let me just tell you briefly about the sciatic nerve. So, we have these vertebrae that are stacked on top of each other in our spine, and in between the two vertebrae, there are discs, and then there are nerves coming out from the either sides of the spine. Now, the nerves that come out, they exit the spine at your neck level. They will go and supply your arms all the way up to your hands. And those that come out from your lower back will go and supply uh, the bottom, the leg, all the way up to your toes. So, one of the nerves is quite thick, and the longest nerve that comes out from your lower back is known as a sciatic nerve. Now, and sciatic nerve pain is called sciatica. Now, just briefly, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. So basically, I help moms who work as executives manage the physical challenges that come from being a mom. Now, this could be anything from your neck pain to back pain to sciatic nerve pain to a poor posture or incontinence from a weak pelvic floor. Now, basically, I give you simple tips and strategies to manage these conditions and to make life easier for you. So let's jump on to the topic again about how sciatic nerve pain switch sides and why and how this happens. So as I said, the sciatic nerve exits the or comes out from the lower back area and goes and supplies all the way up to the toes. Now, what happens is when your sciatic nerve is pinched or irritated at the level of the spine. Uh, if you're interested, this is called neurogenic sciatica. So basically, the nerve is getting compressed or pinched at the level of the spine, and the pain is present in the lower back or in the distribution of the nerve, as in any of the parts of the nerve that the any of the part of the leg that the nerve supplies. So just looking at my notes here, yeah. And the other kind of sciatica pain can be alternating sciatica, and that's the one we're talking about today. So basically, what happens is you start with sciatic nerve pain on one side of your body, that is, say, for example, on the left leg. And after a few days, you notice that the other side, that is your right leg, is also painful. Now, why this happens is because of the degeneration or the wear and tear in your spine, and specifically in your sacroiliac joints. I know I'm using these terms today, but that's the name of the joint. It's called that is SI joint in short. So, you know, where your lumbar spine is, you have your spine coming down all the way from your neck to your lower back and your tail area, and then you have a ring of bone known as the pelvis that goes around your body. You know, where is your you tie your trousers at your waistline, so below your waistline up to where your legs come out from your torso. So that's your pelvis. So where the lower part of the spine, that is your lower back, is meeting that pelvis, those joints are known as the sacroiliac joints. If you can't remember or understand any of that, just remember there are two joints on either side of your lower back. So when you have um, degeneration or wear and tear in these joints, usually it is quite symmetrical. That is, your left side SIJ and your right side SIJs will get affected. So the pain, usually if it starts on one side of your leg, the sciatica pain, it will eventually, now when is this eventually, it could be weeks, days, months, or years, it will eventually move on to the other side as well. So the problem is not in the spine but in the sacroiliac joints. In case you find this interesting, it is possible that you get pain in your spine and bottom, and you get pain in the leg as well. This is known as bilateral sciatica, for those of you who want to know the name. Now, this is not a very common condition, and obviously it can be very debilitating. I mean, sciatica in general can be very it is a very irritating condition. It can affect the quality of your life. You know, nerve pains are not a joke. So when you have bilateral sciatica, you have pain in your spine and your bottom, and then you have pain in the leg as well. So basically your sciatic nerve is getting pinched or irritated at both the ends. So another one is, you might have a sciatica where you feel, oh, my problem is only in the leg. Why are we talking about the sciatic nerve? Why are we talking about the lower back? This is called a referred sciatica or a referred pain. So when the problem is in one part of the body, the nerve is getting pinched in the lower back, but the symptoms are felt only in the legs or say toes or the back of the thigh. This is called a referred sciatica. So these are just the four common types of sciatica that I've covered, and one of them is the alternating sciatica, that is the one that shifts from one leg to the other leg. So why do you need to know all this? So when we go to the doctor and he gives us a diagnosis of say whatever lumbar, disc issues, stenosis, etc., etc., and then they give you this big diagnosis of sciatica, it is quite overwhelming, and people can be very confused and overwhelmed as to how and why they have this problem. So if you know what is happening, because as I said, there are four kinds of sciatica. So your pain may not be same as a friend of yours who's suffering from sciatica, right? Our body responds very differently to the same problem, and here we're looking at four different varieties. So now you, after hearing these four types, and there it can present differently in different people, at least now you have that knowledge, and and when the next time you go to your doctor and you discuss your symptoms, at least you won't be confused, and you can make an informed choice, a good decision about your treatment, about your plan with your healthcare professional, your physiotherapist, or your doctor. All right. So if you're looking for more resources where you can find out about sciatic nerve pain or your lower back pain, I do this in my free community. I will leave a link in the description of this video. For those of you watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. So when you click on the bio, it'll take you to another page, and one of the headings there is my community. You can join there. All right. And yeah, if you're watching me on Instagram, oh, sorry, if you're watching me on LinkedIn, the description to my community is the link to my community is in the description of this video itself. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. I hope this was useful for you. Bye for now.